LFG, NGMI, WAGMI, GM, GN, all these terms that you might have heard or have read in crypto Twitter or seeing on the Discords for the first time when you jump into a new project, or maybe it's just the first time that you have gotten into Web3 and these are the terms that get you confused. Like, what is FUD? What is IYK? Like, oh man. Well, in this video, my goal is to basically get you acquainted to all these Web3 vocabulary so that you can feel very, skilled and smart, and as well as at least look more experienced than those bozos that might have just come in for the first time. Well, I am kidding. I've been that bozo as well. So that's why I wanted to bring you this video so that you don't have to feel like a bozo and at least feel more educated when interacting with the new members and the new friends that you might meet in Web3. So guys, with that said, welcome to the Thunder Academy. This is a YouTube channel created from the Nekazuma community based on the Solana blockchain. And if you guys want to join our Discord to check us out of what we do, you're always very welcome to. The link is in the description as always. So, all right, let's get into the vocabulary. The first two that I want to talk about is WAGMI, which actually stands for "We Are Going to Make It." The first time I read this, I was like, oh, what's WAGMI? Like, is it waggle the tail? Like, why WAGMI? But then later on, I kind of, just asked around and I realized that WAGMI means "we are going to make it." It's basically used to share the kind of like the positive sentiment of a project, especially for some projects that might have stalled price action for some time. And this could be used as an encouragement between the holders that we are going to make it together. And I actually like to use it as well because I do believe that one of the beauty of Web3 is that the holders and the team can really align and basically, take their bags to the moon together. But anyways, that's just my thoughts though. All right, now the opposite of WAGMI is NGMI, which stands for not gonna make it. Not going to make it is, well, it's quite self-explanatory. So you might be using this as like, when you're doing some research on some teams and you're doing some research on some projects and you might feel like, I don't think they're gonna make it. So yeah, that's NGMI, and that's usually what it's used for. Now, another very popular word, which is LFG, which I personally love a lot because it stands for let's fucking go. Now, that is usually used for when, we're very excited on some topics, and some project founders, some friends, some teams, they might actually like to use this as like a way to say like, whoa, let's go, man. I'm so excited. Let's do this. So that's exactly what LFG is used for. So get used to the context of that and try and use it in your conversations with your friends as well. Now, of course, GM and GN is very simple. Those are good mornings and good night. But GM and GNs are actually pretty magical if you think about it. They're very simple, but they can actually be used to grow your Twitter presence quite well. Now, if this is the first time that you are discovering Web3, then just know that GM and GNs are actually very, very popular, used in every type of community, and basically, from what I can recall, almost every single crypto or NFT influencer uses these same tactics. They usually have a GM post. Sometimes they have some cool graphics. Sometimes they have some cool clips or videos. And that's a way to interact with people very easily. And one trick that I would recommend, and we can probably cover this in a whole separate video on growing your Twitter presence, is seeing kind of like the big accounts, like the GM and GM tweets, and actually going to those accounts and replying to them can actually put you on the radar of a lot of people as well. And you never know, because as with most of us, when we actually put a tweet on someone else's tweets, if someone else comes and replies after us, we would also see those replies after. So that's a way to kind of like maybe build like a new group of friends, build some network. And if you want to grow your friendship, you can always reach out to them on the DMs if you find someone that you vibe with, or maybe you found someone that you really like their PFPs, which is another word that you should be try and get familiar with, which stands for profile picture. And you think it's very nice, you might use that opportunity to reach out to them that, hey, sometimes it may be easy to assume that everyone in Web3 is a man. And so like I feel I fall into this trap as well, because when I was hosting quite a lot of spaces and I was new, I was like, hey bro to every single person. But then I realized that actually there's actually quite a large number of females that are maybe using a male-like PFP on their Twitter profile. So just to be safe, I would recommend you to perhaps greet these people with "Hey fam." That's usually safer. At least that's my thoughts. So give it a try and let me know how it goes. All right, next term that you should get used to is a term called AMA. Now, the first time that I read this, I read it ama. So ama actually means grandmother in Thai. And I was like, why are you talking about my grandma or your grandmas in NFTs in Web3? And then I realized, oh, actually, no, it's not grandma. It actually stands for ask me anything. Now, in the traditional business world, they would usually use Q&A for this type of the same meaning. But anyways, here in Web3, it's called AMA, which stands for ask me anything. So if you see a project make an announcement that they're going to have an AMA with their holders, maybe in the Discord or on Twitter Spaces, that usually means it's a session where people that are interested in the project can go up and ask the founders or the team questions regarding the project. So try and use those chances as well, because those can be some really good opportunities for you to basically do some more research and perhaps judge your thesis and have kind of like a gut check on what you think about the project based on the questions given by the team during the AMA. All right, another word that you should be used to is a word called FUD, which reads FUD. Now, FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, the interesting thing regarding this word is that it can be used as a verb and a noun. So, for example, hey, he's FUDding this project. So we are describing that person is talking negatively to a project. And at the same time, my friends can also be telling me, hey, Jed, there's, someone said that there's some FUD regarding that project. So there's some FUD, there's some fear, there's some uncertainty or doubt regarding that project. And one thing that I've learned through the 15 to 16 months that I've been in Web3 now, that FUD is not always bad, because FUD just means that there are things that needs more clarity. And if the founder and the team addresses it properly, I think it could be a really huge advantage for them and could really give the team a very positive outlook to the consumers. So, just I want to keep that in mind if there's a potential project founder that might be watching this video on a later date. FUD is not always bad. And if you embrace it and if you are willing to clarify those fear, those uncertainty, and those doubts that the people have, go for it, man. And power to you. All right. Now, the next word that I wanted to talk about is OG. Now, OG is a pretty fun word as well, because when things were very, very bullish, or when things were very positive in the markets at the end of 2021, the OG role was something that was very coveted in Discord servers. Now, the OG role usually just stands for someone who's been early in the project. And what projects have been doing before is that the people who have OG usually get some special benefit above the other people that are maybe coming in later. And some projects, they give a guaranteed mint for that group of members. Some they have some maybe like a special price or whatnot. It really depends on how the project decides to design their sale process. So that's just something for you to keep in mind. But the true meaning stands for outstanding guy, which I think is not really a fair meaning, or original gangster, which I also don't really think that makes sense as well. But I think OG just for me stands for someone that's been early to the project and also have shown support to the project early on. I think that is what, for me as a project founder, OG means. All right, I think we'll do maybe 2 or 3 more and then we'll wrap up this video. So the next word that I wanted to share with you guys on is FOMO. Now, FOMO, this is also quite funny because here in Thailand we have a milk brand called Foremost, and when I read this, I was a bit confused and it got me a bit twisted. I was like, why are they talking about like a milk brand here on crypto Twitter? But then I realized that FOMO actually means the fear of missing out. And what's funny is that quite a lot of people in Web3, they use it as a verb as well. So or a noun or a way to describe their feelings. So maybe my friends would be saying, I'm feeling FOMO. So I'm feeling fear of missing out regarding a certain project. Or maybe they use it as a verb. So my friends might be telling me, Jet, I'm FOMOing into a project. So I am basically buying into the project because I feel that I'm going to miss out on gains if I don't. So that's kind of like the context of using the word FOMO. Now let's do four more. All right. YOLO, which is another word that I haven't experienced it much, but I have seen it around in the discourse and on crypto Twitter as well, which stands for you only live once. So I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It's kind of like, YOLO, just do it. You only live once. So YOLO, just do it. Another one that I want to share, the word degen. Now, degen is a very widely used word, especially if you are listening to Twitter Spaces or if you are ever chatting a lot in the Discord. It's used to basically represent almost everyone on crypto Twitter right now, or basically almost every single person in NFTs. Now, the word degen comes from the complete word degenerate. Now, it's kind of like a negative word, but actually it means people who do not do research and take risks, which is basically all of us that are in NFTs right now, because as most of you would have known by now, NFTs are a very, very risky asset. Some of them can go to the moon, of course, and some of them can also go to zero within less than a few hours. So that's why this term was flagged or was used very, very highly, because a lot of people come into NFTs lured by all the clickbait titles, which I'm totally guilty of as well, because that's just how the YouTube algorithm works. And if we want to grow this channel, we got to make sure that our thumbnails are clickbaity so that we can get the clicks and get people to watch our channel. But of course, as we grow and grow and grow, we look forward to shift those thumbnails to something that are more in line with the type of content that we're trying to do here. Yeah, so we're just a bunch of degens because we love to take risks and we don't do that much research. So all right, next word, alpha. So in the software world, alpha usually means early access. So it's kind of used similarly here in Web3 as well, where, hey, I've got some alpha for you, which means I've got some early knowledge or early insight, early information regarding a project for you. And there are actually just a lot of businesses, a lot of Discord servers, a lot of NFT projects that are built around this alpha term, which basically means that there are groups of people that share early insider information regarding projects or opportunities where they can make money. Now, I think this is another debate that we can probably have with a project founder that would come on our show just to discuss, does he or she think that alpha is a good or a bad thing? And yeah, I think that's a good discussion to have. Well, let's see. If you guys want to watch that video, just let me know in the comments. We'd love to do that one for you. And if you have any ideas on who I should bring on to talk about alpha, just let me know as well. We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments always. All right. Next up, okay, so we've got alpha. All right. 2 more to go. So we've got delist. This is explanatory, but you might see this a lot when the floor price of a project that you're holding or you're in the Discord and the floor price is going up very, very fast. Usually the other people in the Discord are usually telling you to delist. So the reason they are saying this is because if there is buying pressure coming in, which is causing the price of the NFT to go up as there's small demand, but there's higher demand than there is supply. It means that the price should go up. So by delisting, by encouraging each other to delist, it should by right create a even upward momentum of the floor price to go up even higher, yielding more profits for everybody. Now, I've seen this time and time again, and no one really listens, but degens are going to try. Anyways, and I've actually been a part of writing delist as well. I think I remember this event when Primates was moving, was mooning to, I think, close to 30 Solana at that time, and I was like delist as well. But yeah, anyways, that was not very sustainable. But that's another topic altogether. Man, I think I should do a whole video on my NFT purchases so far and my thoughts on them. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think I'll just do it like later, maybe next time. Okay, last one. Sorry, I get kind of flip. All right, flip. Flipping is basically taking something, doing some renovation and selling it back into the open market at a higher price. So flipping is basically another term for reselling. So if you hear people say that, I flip NFTs as a living, it means that they are buying and selling NFTs as a way to make profit and to sustain their lives. So big ups on you if you are able to do that. For me, I have not been the best of the traders. I have made some really, really good trades, but definitely not enough to keep my life sustainable, and definitely not enough to take care of my family yet. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, that sums up this NFT vocab, Web3 vocab video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys like it. If you want to help us, spread the word, would appreciate if you share this video with your new Web3 friends as well. And if you found it useful, just leave a like and a comment. Don't come and join us in our Discord, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned on our upcoming videos. And as always, guys, be kind, be loving. Sharing is caring, and we are stronger together, and we are going to make it together as well. Much love, guys. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.